Boom, and we're live. Another episode of Elite Encounter with Venti Soup. How are you doing, man?
I'm all right. How about you?
I'm doing good. These days I've been super duper busy, um, which is both good and bad. But in this case, it just leaves me more tired than usual, which is
I
not the
see.
best. Yeah, but I'm glad because now we can do another episode of Elite Encounter. Honestly, every time I do one of these episodes, I always leave in a better mood than I was before. So hopefully you'll put me in a better mood.
I'll try to.
Nice. So usually how I like to start off these episodes is like talking a little bit about ourselves so people can understand a little bit about who we are. Um, and then we'll move into talking about Unite. So while I go get my charger for my laptop, tell me a little bit about yourself.
All right. So I am Venti Soup. I am 22 years old. I live in Turkey, and I've been writing since the release on phone. I'm a college student, and I work in my company with my friend for like 7 years now.
Is it marketing?
That's all
What is
about
it that
me.
you do exactly for them?
It's more of a management job,
Okay.
buildings.
Okay. So you're in the working force.
Yes,
Many
for a long
people
time now.
many people I talk to here in the Unite community are scared of the J word.
I know why.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're probably hoping Unite to be their job.
That's never gonna happen.
Yeah, let's be real. I think it depends on how good you are with content creation or how pro you are and how many tournaments you can win. But even then, it's not that much.
Yeah, Unity is not a powerful income.
Yeah, it's not very reliable. So, how long have you been playing Unite? Have you been playing it since release?
I've been playing Unite since mobile release, which is I think season 4.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, after I saw that, like I've been playing the Pokemon Go since 2016, and after I realized that Pokemon is releasing another game for mobile, I give it a try, and it got stuck to me.
So you started playing it because Pokemon, or did you start playing because MOBA?
I started playing it because of Pokemon, because I wasn't really a good mobile player to begin with. I was more of a FPS player,
Okay.
Minecraft mostly.
Okay. That's actually surprising because with like first person shooter games, you have to aim very precisely, which you could do in like a lot of the old MOBA games. Nowadays things are different. You don't need to be that precise.
Yeah,
Have you tried playing League of Legends?
I mean, I played for like 5 years, so
That's a long time.
like around 2017 parts, and last 3 years now.
Okay. So what is it about Pokemon Unite that helps you play Pokemon Unite more than League of Legends? Or do you play League of Legends more?
I barely play League of Legends now since my other PC got burned, and I've been switching to Apple now, sadly. And so I can't really play any other games, so I switched to mobile games instead.
Yep. That's kind of what I did. I got a potato computer. And then I can't run any good games on it, which is sad now because there is one game coming out that I've been meaning to try.
Which game was that?
The game that's coming out, it's Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era.
Oh,
Yeah. The old Heroes of Might and Magic 3 still works on this laptop because that game is made in like the 90s. But this new one, it looks really good, but sadly my computer it can install it, but it runs at like 2 FPS.
I see.
It's bad. Yeah.
It's whatever.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I originally started playing Pokemon because I'm a huge fan of the MOBA genre. And then Pokemon is nice. I used to play lots of Pokemon when I was younger as well. So it's a nice combination. And to be honest, I actually like how it's a little bit different than other MOBA games because like in League of Legends, I saw a video that talked about this and you would probably understand. You have to point and right click to move your character. Whereas in Unite, you have a joystick, right?
Yeah,
And that allows you to kite like a pro.
yeah. It's easier to kite for mobile. I mean, Unite than League of Legends.
But did you know that they recently introduced an update to League of Legends where you can
The
essentially,
AST,
yeah,
it was for the private servers and not ranked.
really?
Yeah, it's not in ranked. Players having a controversy about that since if it's getting added to ranked, what's the point of learning kiting all these years?
They're just mad they wasted time learning how to kite.
Yeah, for like 10 years now.
But you know what? To be honest, it's one of those things I didn't like about League of Legends because it made it very hard to play ADCs. And now in Unite, I literally hold a button, move this other one, and I can kite like a pro.
Yeah, literally. I would have to leave the basic attack button at all. Like you can automatically stay your finger on it and kite automatically anyways.
Yep, that's literally what I do when I play Mewtwo Y. And people, I had someone actually message me asking me about how I did that. He was asking me if I was holding the button, I think, because he didn't understand how I was attacking like that. I was essentially kiting, you know? But that's actually one of the biggest things I like that's different. Also, the goal pads, because the tower system I feel like is outdated.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into your involvement with Pokemon Unite. So you are organized like you're the backbone behind a community. You organize tournaments and that sort of stuff, right?
It's more of a league than tournament. It was a qualification step for tournament.
Okay, help me understand a little better the differences between just a league and a tournament.
A league is something planned to be played for a month or more, and in the end of it, maybe a playoff comes out or not. A tournament is 1 day out, that's all. Just plays for a day and it's done.
Okay, so a league requires a team to be together and play consistently well over that whole period of time. Interesting. Yeah, I've participated in a league as well. But I had to cut down the amount of time I was committing to competitive Unite, and I decided it was best to kind of reduce the amount of competitive Unite as a solution to, you know, life,
Yeah,
adulting,
same actually.
adulting, all this stuff. Isn't it great being adults?
It's great to pay taxes.
Yeah, don't you love it? Money just goes poof.
Yeah, it's my best part of my week.
Ah, so happens when you get a job. You hear that,
Lovely.
kids?
I
Yeah.
mean, what's the point of earning money if you are not giving taxes?
Well, you could try moving to one of those countries where taxes are very low, but
Or you can show yourself living there, but actually not.
yeah, there's a bunch of loopholes. But really, it's not usually worth it until you start making a lot of money, usually through a business or something like that.
It's risky.
It is. Also, it's very uncomfortable if you move to a whole nother country just to save some tax money. It's a big lifestyle change as well. So
It's
that takes a
kind of.
commitment.
If you earn lots of money, I don't think it's that's the case anymore because you can do whatever with that money and
Yeah,
bring that lifestyle to there.
like you set up an offshore company and that sort of thing. So
Exactly.
yeah, but I wanna get back to your league. How long have you been organizing it for?
I mean, we've been organizing it since last year, around November maybe. been talking about it, and before like the date came up to be announcing the league, kind of felt like I didn't want to. But ever since I made a promise that I will do it, I give it a try and all thing in a week.
Okay. And how has the experience been for you so far?
It's going pretty good since we are getting so many feedbacks, and the feedbacks is backbone of the organization right now. There is so many nice people in the league and so many nice people in the community. So it's been going great. I
Nice.
really thank everyone for helping us.
That's good. It's really good that there's some good vibes going around. Sometimes, the community can be toxic every once in a while, but as you would probably know, not as toxic as League, right?
Yeah, not close to league at all. I've been getting death threats in the league every single day.
Was it because you played really well, or was it because you played really bad?
It was because I was playing Aatrox at top lane every single game.
You're playing what?
Aatrox, the top lane character.
Yeah, but isn't that normal? Like, what's wrong with that?
I mean, I'm really a support main in League of Legends also. I'm playing top lane Aatrox.
So wait, people were giving you a hard time because your main role is to play support, but you were playing a different role.
Exactly.
And Aatrox is a support character?
It's a top lane character.
I don't see the problem. Hold on. So people said that
I
you're a
mean,
support player and therefore you should only play support characters?
that's how it goes in the league. Much.
What?
See my profile and say you're out of build.
But what you're saying then is that people never play different roles?
I mean, if your profile is whole support mains and there is one Aatrox, it shows up so much. You get that threats every game.
Oh, because you're trying to play a different role, you get death threats. I think that's very close-minded. I mean, maybe you're so good at support that you've decided to expand and try a different role. What's wrong with
Yeah,
that?
exactly. I don't know. I climbed to Emerald with Aatrox while off-rolling. What's wrong with it?
I don't know. I guess maybe some people that you played with enjoyed the way you play support and they wanted you to play support with them, maybe? Could
I
that be the
guess.
case?
I wasn't getting that threats in the community sites. I was getting in the chat sites, like in the game.
I see.
Yeah.
So, I guess the last question there is, were you playing bad? Because if you're playing well, why
Mm.
would they give you death threats? Like, did they research your account in the matchmaking loading screen or what?
I mean, I was focused on top lane so much that I forgot about the other lanes. So even if I take down their second tower while my tower doesn't even get a hit, game's already over from bot lane.
I see, I see. I guess you in that
Yeah,
case you just weren't rotating well or making small mistakes.
yeah, exactly.
I can totally understand the the situation there because the team I was on, I was their tank player, and I kept trying to play this weird build. I like it, but it's controversial on Mewtwo, and I kept on trying
Oh,
to
you mean the tank Mewtwo?
it's not tank Mewtwo. There's no tank items on him except for the potion.
It's more of a bruiser. It's more of a bruiser, I see.
It is, and that's kind of the idea, like a ranged bruiser. Um, and I tried to make a comp with it with the team to try to play it in scrims, maybe tournaments even. They didn't even want to try in 5 stacks on ladder.
I mean,
But
you can try it on ladder things, but in comb I understand them also. It's
yeah, yeah,
concerning.
I understand it too. But I wanted to try.
I mean, you can do whatever, man.
But my
I
team didn't want
played,
to try. That's the problem, And to be honest, I think if we were to build a comp around it, it could do really well, and it would throw off the enemy teams that we would play because maybe they just target ban this comp that I had, and then it would
yeah,
give us value, because then they have one less ban, potentially two.
That's smart.
Yeah, exactly. But my team didn't see it like that.
It's like banning someone who is OTP Smith and giving them Intellion or something,
Yeah, except
which is
my
better.
yeah, except my strategy is to OTP a different role. Like I was the tank player, so if I OTP an attacker, they target ban the attacker, and I just play tank then. But what this requires is for the team to be a little bit more flexible, you know?
That kind of happened to me before. Like my pro games, and I play support, right? And some other team thought to themselves, to banning Zorak is a good idea when I'm the Zorak OTP, but I play support. He won that match so far often, like 1000 to 100 or something.
Yeah. See, you got to play these different levels of strategy in the comp scene, and they just didn't see it. I was talking
It's
to
easy to
another.
counter too.
Sorry.
It's easy to counter too. Like if they ignore it at all and you play the sub mid, I mean tank mid too, they can just counter pick it and just ignore it and play their own game. And in the end game, you don't get much volley from the mid too.
Yeah, yeah.
It should be with a defender instead.
But it's not a tank Mewtwo, okay?
It's a bruiser.
It would be so. I wouldn't even say bruiser because it's not really. It doesn't have enough sustain, but it's more like a utility slash damage.
Pushing
Because
the enemies.
sorry,
Pushing the enemies.
I didn't hear that. Can you say it one more time?
I mean, pushing the enemies as a utility
Yeah, kind
to
of
stop an
like
engage.
preserving momentum, putting pressure on the enemies because Mewtwo needs to attack the enemies to build up the gauge. But I have a name. I was watching some league videos about different like competitive builds, and there's one specific video I saw. It was called the Inting Scion build. Have you heard of it?
Um, have you been watching that? What his name was? Klaus?
No, yeah, it was his build. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Klaus's build always works weirdly, but not in ranked.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, so I watched a video that talked about that build, and he called it the Inting Scion. So I call this the Inting Mewtwo build,
That's
because everyone thinks I'm inting when I play it. My teammates think I'm inting, the enemies think I'm inting, but it's hilarious because sometimes I play some ladder matches, and the enemy is banning Mewtwo when they see me.
I see.
So it's working.
Unpredictable.
Exactly. It was funny because I recognized some people that I was playing against, and they knew about this thing that I do. So they banned Mewtwo, and I was like, all right then. You didn't ban Blastoise. Let's do some Blastoise.
Yeah,
It was nice and
smart
juicy
one.
game. Um, but yeah, I think that's another thing that I like about Unite that's better than League is that it's just like it's more versatile. Like back in the day when all the Pokemon used to have two options for every move slot, it was even more versatile. But yeah,
Should do something about this and give us an option that we should turn on and off to do movesets in game.
yeah, yeah. I was talking about this several times. They could just add like a toggle switch when you are
Yeah.
selecting your Pokemon that automatically chooses the moves or lets you choose in the game, like how it was before. Because there are some benefits to it. Like there have been situations where I was going Flail Snorlax, but I accidentally took Heavy Slam, and that was terrible.
See.
It was that's when I knew like this has got to stop because it's just so annoying. Like when you build for Flail Snorlax, it's so different than Heavy Slam, you know?
Yeah, because you get one shot anyways.
Yeah,
Since you can't get heals enough and your autos does nothing with Heavy Slam.
exactly. it was it was scuffed. It was trash.
It is
um
what it is.
it is, yeah. I don't think we won that game. But anyway, now I don't have to worry about that, so that's good. Um, so the next question I have, I actually recently started writing articles for Dignitas, and
Yeah.
the most recent article that I wrote is called "What Separates Ultra from Masters Rank." But I wanted to ask you, in your opinion, what do you think it is that separates Ultra from Masters?
I think there is no barrier from Ultra from Masters. It's about more playing more games, having more skills. You know, a good player can get to Master quicker and then go to Legends, maybe. A bad player, like 47% or even less, can just play 100, 200, 300 games and get to Master anyways.
Yeah, so you're saying it's just consistency and time?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Even the comfy bots are Master rank. I don't know what to tell.
Well, because it's the way the matchmaking system works. Essentially, if you maintain above something like a 40 something percent win rate, it's just a
Yeah,
matter of time. But it's obviously it'll take a shorter amount of time if you have a higher win rate and a longer amount of time if you have a lower win rate. But essentially, you get more points added to your rank when you win a game than the points that you lose when you lose a game up until, is it Masters 500? I think
or I think 400.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, after 400, it's easier to climb the ranks since less bad teammates.
Yes, blame the
Yeah.
teammates. Teammates.
Now, teammates like Comfy Bot and Arcane Champ.
Oh my god. I had one time two Comfy bots on my team and one Comfy bot on the enemy team in one match.
I mean,
All you have to do
on
is
that one,
I don't think we won that one. But there was a match,
yeah,
a different match where we had a Comfy bot on our team and the enemy did not, and we won still. So, but all you have to do is play around it because you know it's a bot. Just stand around this Comfy when it respawns, and it'll attach to you,
yeah.
and it'll never detach. Easy.
I've been talking to Comfy Bot's developer before. They're a chill guy, or girl, I don't know. I didn't check their profile ever since then. And they are really chill. It's about protesting the system since there is no moderation.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about trolling the game entirely, but it's costing to the community itself. But in their bio, it says if they DM them, like about not wanting to match with them, they could actually dodge their games.
Interesting. So if you don't want to play with a Comfy bot, send him a message, and he will dodge all your matches in the future.
I think that's how it works. I
Interesting.
mean,
That's
it's better to play with Confibot actually.
really
Yeah, it is actually. Like the MMR system works like two or one bad teammates, like lowest low MMR systems, and the other ones are decent, and one of them are top MMR system. It works through that. If Confibot gets in the lobby, the higher players in the lobby will be like three or four good teammates, or one bad teammate at all. So if you take something like that can carry with Comfy, it's pretty much winnable.
that's actually a very good point because then you leverage the low MMR player and well carry it essentially, but you know what they're
Yeah.
gonna do. It's very predictable.
They just ban Comfy and Comfy bot takes Alan Ninetales and do whatever.
Or what is it? What else does it pick? Venusaur.
So yeah, it takes the first rows in the list.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But I mean, honestly, it's much worse on Venusaur than Comfy. Um, but yeah, I think the Unite system it's going through a rough time right now. A lot of people are mad about it, but you know, uh, recently I've been going through like videos that talk about the history of League of Legends, and it's very interesting because League of Legends has been out for much longer than Unite, and it's gone through a lot more. Like it had some super broken characters like Unite did, and then some patches that nerfed and then buffed and then buffed and then nerfed, and then talked about the history of how these certain characters appeared in tournament plays, how often they were banned, all this stuff. And it's interesting because sometimes with League, they add a new item and it completely breaks the game.
Yeah,
you know, I don't think a new item uh, has really ever done that with Unite, except for maybe Drive Lens and Excel Bracer.
maybe it was a scaling team,
Yeah,
nice addition to the game.
yeah. It was. I think it was very good, and I like that they nerfed it because it was, I think, in my opinion, too strong. But it didn't like break the game like these other items I
Not
saw
even
in
an
League.
average in the end game since it's given percentage instead of numbers.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I have a Drive Lens on my Me2Y build to to help out the very weak late game.
Yeah, exactly. So I wouldn't call Unite and League's history the same because uh, difference between Unite and League is League's developers actually care about the game. Well, the Unite's developers is doing the things they've been doing for the past games, such as PUBG, Call of Duty, and etc. like that. They're just milking the game that make it more of a paywall
Yep,
than a
yep.
game.
Which is unfortunate because I in those videos I saw how some developers of League they were on stream playing League and talking about stuff like this. And it's interesting because if you're playing the game, you have a different perspective on this kind of stuff. And Unite's not that old, so maybe it hasn't had time to find developers who also play the game. But now it is old enough for that. So hopefully they can find some developers that also play the game. It would be interesting to get like a Pokemon Unite developer on this podcast. That would be amazing. Because
Yeah,
it
that's
seems
would
like
be
they
great.
never really reach out and communicate with the community very much, right?
Yeah, they are literally so closed about that. They made a timid server and never communicate to the public at all.
Yeah,
Like there's 300 tickets for Unite and 5 to 10 tickets for the other games.
yeah. Have you submitted
Committee
any
is not
tickets?
happy. I submitted a few actually.
How many?
I think. I mean three,
Three of them? I did.
and
I did two of them.
in, and discussed about like 20 of them before.
Okay. I also submitted some on their website because they have a feedback section on their website for Unite. I think I did two or three on there as well.
Let's see.
Yeah.
What I was doing was I stalked the TV's developers to see if I can reach them from LinkedIn and others.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't reach them at all.
In that feedback section for their Discord, I saw someone post on there that they want to I think they play the game and they are a developer or something and they want to work for the company to help make the game better. I was like, that's actually really interesting. Someone's literally putting a job application in a feedback form. Why not?
There was an upgoing meme in the community that everyone wants to be the developer.
Yeah, but I saw this guy's post. It looked pretty serious. He has experience. I don't think it's a meme.
Some people are serious about it.
Yeah.
Most of them are not.
Yeah. I want to hope that this guy is because if he has good intentions, then it means something better for the game. But to be fair, like Root Dignitas, when I got this job writing stuff like articles for them, they posted on Reddit in the Pokemon Unite subreddit, looking for writers, and that's how I discovered them. So maybe this guy should just post on the Pokemon Unite subreddit. You ever go on there?
I didn't go went on to Pokemon Unite Reddit since maybe the release.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, I didn't log on to Reddit ever since then.
I see. You should check it out. It's a interesting place.
Yeah. It's more of people posting their Penta videos for absolutely nothing.
Yeah, there's a lot of these really lame videos, but I think every once in a while there's something that's definitely valuable. Um, I think most of the people that are on Reddit are very much casual players. A lot of people ask, "What's the best build? What's the best strategy? What's the best Pokemon?" Like,
I know, right?
I guess if you're just starting off and you don't have a lot of Pokemon unlocked, you want to choose one that you'll play a lot. Um, but I'm assuming you, since you've been playing for a long time, I have also been playing since release. I borrowed my friend's Switch just to play it on release. Um, I'm assuming you have everything unlocked, right?
No, I still have to unlock Charizard X, Chandelure, and one more attacker. Oh, I think it's Armorage, High
Uh-huh.
Pollution
Yeah.
on the left.
I'm surprised you haven't unlocked everything. Did you take breaks from the game?
Take like 1 year's each break. Since
Okay.
the Zacian's release, I left the game for a year.
And what was the reason for leaving it then?
Zacian was still working and parked for weeks.
It was
Didn't
so
came for
stupid
weeks.
broken.
Yeah. Everyone was picking Slowbro anyways.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Makes sense. And then you, what did you do instead? Instead of playing Unite, did you just interact more with people in real life? Did you touch grass?
I want to play League of Legends actually.
Ah,
That's where I got my almost 200k Aatrox.
Dang. I used to play a lot of League as well, back when it was still kind of new. I think I played it when it was in beta or something, and then I played it for like 5 or 6 years, and then one day I was doing bad in school. I was in college, so I said, okay, I'm going to quit cold turkey, and I did, and all of a sudden my grades in school went up.
Uh,
But
did you? When did you decide to come back to game?
to League or to Unite? Like when did I decide to start playing games again, or what?
Games in general.
Um, I think it was about 3 years. And you know what? In that period of time, I noticed that my reaction speed was much, much slower when I wasn't playing video games. So I picked up video games again. I lived with some roommates that played a lot of Overwatch. So I played Overwatch, and it was nice. And that's when I realized it's nice to use voice chat and coordinate with teams.
Exactly.
Yeah. Um, and then eventually stopped playing that. And then fast forward a few years, and Wild Rift came out on the mobile. So I played that, and it was okay. But the problem I realized with getting back into League on Wild Rift is that the game is not made for mobile. I think the characters have one too many abilities because they have four abilities, the ult and three other abilities. So there's too many buttons on the screen. And if you have a tablet or if you have a gaming phone, you have a huge advantage.
Yeah. Also, game is too fast-paced, so it's harder to play than League of Legends.
It's harder, really. I thought it was. I mean, maybe I could see that, but I liked it that it was faster paced because games in League just take too much time, man. Like they take 40 minutes, 1 hour sometimes.
At least you enjoyed every single minute of that, other than in 20-0 bot lane coming to top lane and killing you instantly.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
While
There's more strategy in that longer length of time. I know, but something I noticed is that the map is just too big, and so much time was spent just traversing the map. It's applicable for both the PC and the mobile version. And the thing about Unite is that the map is so much smaller, so there's a lot more fighting going on, you know?
yeah, it's faster paced than both of them,
Exactly. Which I
and
like.
each mistake you do counts.
Yep. Especially in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, two mistakes takes it all to lose the game.
Yes, exactly. But it depends if they're big mistakes or small mistakes because there's all kinds of sizes of mistakes you can make. So, what do you think is the future of this game? In your opinion, how would you describe it?
It depends on if they are gonna be open to the community. They still keep being that kind of a company they are right now. If they open to the community more, has a potential that the game grows and grows, then they will switch back to their old ways and they will get paywalls again. Or they can just keep going that way and game will die out eventually. They close the servers other than China.
Yeah. I think if they destroy, if they like take apart the pro scene, the game's gonna fall apart. I mean, it's still gonna exist, I think, but it's not gonna have that kind of excitement that people are looking for in a game if there's no competitions and stuff like that. And I think that's gonna continue going for about at least 2 years. But anything is possible. I still have hope, and I'm very hopeful because not everything they did was bad. Most of it, maybe, but not everything.
Yeah, some bad people do great things sometimes.
Mm-hmm. That is true. But what is the reason that you play Unite? I mean, is it because of a combination of these things we mentioned, like faster pace, more accessible, um, or like do you like the competition? Do you like to be challenged mentally? You know, like
I think none of them. I like the community more than the game itself, and community matters more. The game, since I enjoy nothing from the game, but it's fun to play with the people in it.
interesting. So, what do you think makes for a good community?
I think what makes for a good community is being less toxic and be open to everyone and take up the bad apples from the batch. There's few examples for that, sadly. And one of them actually got banned from many communities now, and they are making alt accounts over and over again.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah,
I was
why not
recently banned
eventually?
from the competitive one of the competitive communities here in the European Union because of this inting Mewtwo Y build.
I
I'm
mean,
not even joking. They said I was toxic.
how could that be toxic if you are just suggesting it? You defend it like with your life or something.
Well, to be fair, what the full story is a little bit more convoluted, but to shorten it out, essentially, I was kicked off my team because I said that if they don't want to try this build or this comp in ladder or scrims, then I'm not going to continue playing for them anymore. So they kicked me off the team. And then I said I was kicked off the team in that other community for that reason. And they said I was throwing them under the bus, and that's toxic. So maybe, maybe,
50-50.
maybe a little toxic, but I wasn't trying to be toxic.
It was just a suggestion, to be honest.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it wasn't just because of that. They said it was toxic, but I think it was because I was actually being so pushy with this build. And I was just discussing it with them, you know, like why it's good, how it brings value to the game, how to overcome its weaknesses. You know, they were talking about this kind of stuff. And they said essentially if I play it in that community, in those community matches, I will get banned. And I was like, are you serious?
I mean, I've been knowing your team for like last 2 months now, and I think your team pull it off somehow.
I'm a
Just
hundred.
needs practice it.
Yeah, exactly. I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know my team would have been able to pull it off. There's a comp that I had in mind as well. And I was fully confident that they were able to. But I call it the inting Mewtwo Y build for a reason because when I play it, some of my teammates get inted and they don't play well. And then they blame it on this.
Yeah, I know who you are talking about.
But anyway, after that whole thing, I decided I'm only going to try to align myself with people who are open minded enough to try it, which could be good. But on the other hand, those other players in that community were really good players. I gotta be honest; they were really good, but they tended to be very close minded because this wasn't the only build that was unorthodox. I've discussed with them
Yeah.
before. Trust me, I've done it with two or three, four other builds. Like another one where I had Big Root double stacking Blaziken with potion, or
Oh, it's a good build. It's a bruiser build. Like,
yeah, I know it's a fun build, that's for sure. That was one of them. Another one was XP Share Mewtwo. Before it was in a tournament. After it appeared in a tournament, Suddenly it was perfectly okay. I'm not even joking, man. I was playing XP Share Mewtwo X like from the beginning. Like, of course, in the beginning it was way over broken. But even after it got lots of nerfs, I was still doing it and doing pretty well with it. Um, and then I have a few other builds that are kind of unorthodox, but not really. Like with Blastoise, I like to run. Um, I After Choice Scarf came out, it was really good on Rapid Spin Hydro Pump Blastoise, but nobody
I
saw
never
the
gave it a
vision.
try.
What's that?
I never gave it a try, but maybe I will one day.
Yeah, especially now, it's pretty good because since then, Choice Scarf got buffed, Hydro Pump got buffed, but it got nerfed, but it's still overall a buff. Um, it works really well because you can chase down your enemies with that Choice Scarf, and you're in your Rapid Spin, so yeah. um, and I would run a few other items on it, but people would give me a hard time for my builds all the time. It's at this point, it's just it's how I
I
test.
think
Sorry.
I think community is like not community, but the comp scene is a bit close about these topics and more focused on their own games.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. They want to make sure that they do stuff that's reliable and trustworthy and they know is good so that they can not waste time practicing useless stuff, you know? And it makes sense. You have limited time, got to maximize it by practicing the stuff that works, and you don't want to waste time doing stupid stuff. But I think that's the thing about Unite. There are some comps, some stuff that seem weird but work. Like, and it's designed in the game, like Armor Rouge. It can be played as a bruiser or it could be played as an attacker, you know?
Yeah,
And it's had moments in its history when it was played as one or the other all the time. So I have another question. When it comes to Pokemon Unite, how do you explain this hobby to non-gamers? Like the older generation or people who don't play video games. How do you describe it to them?
it's like an addiction to weed that you can't never give up. Like
No,
you need
man.
help to give up.
Okay, yeah, that's probably not what you're gonna say unless you're joking, right?
I'm not joking. I've been relapsing to Unite for years now. I can't leave this game.
Oh my god. Okay, but if you wanted to describe it in a nice way, how would you describe it?
It's a toxic girlfriend like a thing. You two can't break up at all. Threatens you, kind of thing.
That's funny, man. What is it about the game that keeps you coming back after you take a break?
I think it's the community more. Like people coming up to saying they are playing a new team. I say okay, I could join. Give them some time and play the game casually again. Then team gets disbanded and I get drafted out. Then the cycle goes on.
Makes sense. And how do you find these teams? Or you said they message you, they ask you directly?
They
I
ask me if I want to play support for them.
I guess because you're well known in the community, you have lots of connections, people know you, so they reach out to you, right?
My old teammates more likely. When they need a boost and some people to play with, I never deny their what do you
Their
say?
offer.
Yeah, I never break their offer
Yeah.
because I know that community needs some help with them.
Yeah. That's nice. I've been getting some messages like this as well. Um, but like I said, I had to cut down the amount of time I was spending. So unfortunately, I have to deny it for now. My main goal when it comes to Unite is just to get to Legend. What Legend? Is that the highest rank? Legend, right?
Yeah, it is.
Just to get to Legend. Right now, I'm kind of giving myself an extra challenge by going to Legend with my Inting Mewtwo Y build for fun.
Good luck.
Man, I'm doing pretty good. Like I had a 60% win rate on this build for a while.
I mean, it's not the build what gets you to the 60%, but it's rather your experience in the past from the game.
Of course.
Like can go 60% playing Zorak to get Legend, exactly like that. It's like in ranked ladder, it doesn't matter what build you build, other than the throwing ones, like leftovers, Syndrace ones, you know what I mean.
Yep.
Uh, Other than that, your experience matters more than the builds you play in the ladder.
Yeah.
And when it comes to comp, the builds kind of starts to get better in mid tier to high tier comps.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I think it makes a big difference.
Low in low, elo, it doesn't matter, like low tiers.
And what would you consider to be low tiers?
Something like I don't lot doesn't even get to regionals, doesn't even get at consistent teammates. Uh, Fourth league teams in some leagues, and some people play casual to spend some time.
Yeah. I guess that's where I was with my team. If I didn't give them this ultimatum with me to I, maybe we could have made it to the mid tier.
Your team was struggling with getting enough people to play with.
Yeah, it came down to a combination of things. But if I didn't have time to continue committing to it, it is what it is, you know. Um, so yeah, I actually thought of a interesting idea today because a lot of these sports teams, you know, like soccer, football, baseball, they have like an app that shows you when they win a match, how much, all this stuff. I think Unite could use something like that because it would be a good way of keeping up to date with some of the best teams and the teams that you support. Do you know if there's anything like this out there?
I mean, there is some old pages, nothing else. It's only Wikipedia. I only know of.
Yeah, but
I
they
get my
don't
data from.
they don't send you notifications. Like they don't send you a push notification immediately when the tournament ends, you know? Someone has to update it.
I've been talking to a friend to make a project like this before, and he got so busy, and we kind of forgot about the plan.
Yeah.
It is kind of needs some moderation team to sort out all the team matches, low tier, mid tier, whatever, every single league tournaments. It's kind of hard finding people to be participating in that.
Yeah. I think it's definitely doable. Not sure if it's worth the investment though. Unless you can do it really quickly with AI.
Never.
I know the community is very anti AI, but I think this would be a good use case because rather than there being nothing, someone might as well try it with AI if it doesn't take long.
And they can do it with AI like in hours, I think,
Yep.
since the prompt doesn't register as effective as it should be right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's still something.
Yeah. I mean, it'll still take some work, but maybe less work, and maybe it won't be accurate. Blah blah blah. But it'll be a good way to test the market because then you can see if people are actually interested in something like that.
Yeah.
Another idea I had with AI and Pokemon Unite was to make a drafting tool that would help give you feedback in different drafts, like why this Pokemon synergizes well with this Pokemon, or why it counters this other Pokemon, and what you can pick next, or what the opponents should pick next, what you can, you know, these options, how certain Pokemon might be a better option or worse, you know. I think that would be an interesting way. You could obviously do it manually, but that would take a long time as well.
I mean, it there's some sites that is going on right now, trying to do things like that, but it's not that accurate. I think it needs so much feedback from the high tier pros in top tier teams, but I don't think they are going to invest their time in that.
Nope. Exactly. It's gonna need feedback because a lot of these Pokemon, some of the stuff is very subjective. So you can't just go off the numbers. You have to go off feedback. So it has to have some sort of community input, user feedback input from verified users or something like that. But then it's just a reflection of the community's opinions, not necessarily objective measurement, you know? So even that's not going to be ideal, but it's just an idea. I thought it would be interesting to try. So I did something with AI, and it gave me like garbage.
I see.
it
I
was
mean,
it was giving me like move moves that did not exist in the game, strategies that doesn't make any sense. Like, what the heck?
yeah, that's the thing about it needs human inputs in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, you can do it pretty much. Maybe we can, I mean, I can give it a try if I have free time later and get your feedback in it.
Well, you can always send me. Um, Actually, I want to know that website that you mentioned that tried something like this, but I didn't put it. This thing that I tested, I didn't put it on a website or anything like this. It was just like a prompt I was using, and I was trying it on different AIs like Claude, Grok, ChatGPT,
Let me try
Gemini.
to find it after the podcast of yours.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No rush, no rush. All right, I wanna continue here with the next question I have. So, this next question that I have is, in what ways could you leverage the network that you've grown, um, when it comes to Pokemon Unite? You said that people are already reaching out to you to join teams, which is a way of you leveraging that network, but it's just happening without you doing anything. Is there any other ways you can leverage that community that you've built?
I mean, without the community, no, but if they want to, like, I give them offer if they want to do something or not. They accept it. I get some thrill from that and push forward in it in days. And after that point, things goes well and events going on. Other than that, if someone reaching out to me, I suggest them some players to play with if they are free. As of right now, my friend list is pretty much everyone is taken from teams to teams. Yeah, like that. And right now, I'm trying to build a community from scratch from the league. I'm trying to make it more of a community than the league phase it is right now, and trying to add in-houses in it too. That would work out, and I'm also moderating it myself right now since there's no moderation. And I'm trying to make it as toxic as possible and as enjoyable as possible,
Wait, as toxic as possible or not toxic?
as not toxic as possible. Yeah, I don't want to make another other in-house servers.
Are you going to let me play my Mewtwo I build in those in-houses?
It's up to your team to decide.
Hey, as long as you let the team decide, that's nice. Because
Yeah,
don't
there
want to
is no
leave it to
real
me.
say. That
Yeah. I
no
mean,
rule
this other
that
community
can
essentially had a rule that said you had to play something that you're confident in, something I forget how it was worded exactly, but you're not supposed to be testing stuff. That's essentially what they were
okay.
saying. But I've done all the testing I could with that before trying anything else. Like, I did it in ladder, I did it in some, I don't know, 1v1s, I did it in some 2v2s, just to see. I did it in some duos, trios, a few, like very few, one or two 5 stacks. Um, yeah, I remember there was this one match with my team. This was with a previous teammate that we had that ended up leaving, but he was the attacker and I was the defender. But he was a main Snorlax, so and I chose Snorlax, he chose Mewtwo I, and right before the match we said let's switch places and try this strategy. So we did. The rest of our team did not like it, but but to be fair, we did pretty well that match, and we just made a simple mistake near the end that lost us the match. But it didn't have to do with the build; it just has to do with some decision making. But um, it was interesting for me because it showed me, like, that specific match showed to me exactly the two perspectives that someone can have. A, you're open-minded and willing to try new things, or B, you're not. um, so yeah, if your community and your in-houses are more like the first type of person where people are open-minded, then I definitely want to get involved and try it more. How long or when do you think you're gonna do that? Because it seems like a lot of work. Managing in-houses is probably you have to find a way of automating the system, moderating it, etc., etc.
I don't think it will take some time. Like I'll get the feedbacks from the people when they are playing the game. If there's some issues with the players, they can report it to me directly. I'll join their voice chat whenever I can, see what's happening, and if they are being toxic to other players uh, directly, whenever, even if I'm in the job right and there. And if issues keep going on, like they get permabanned.
Yep, that's what you got to do. But I mean more like the system of finding teammates, playing a match, deciding because in the other server that I was in, they had an automated system where you queue up once
Yeah, it's
10 players are queued up, blah blah blah. You know what I'm talking about, right?
the same system, but for now it's a captain-based matchmaking system instead of automated MMR system. After a few weeks, which is going to back to automated MMR system since there's no MMR in the game server right now since no one is playing. After that, we are gonna see what happens.
To be honest, I'm not a big fan of the MMR system because it incentivizes a player to not try risky things, to not test the waters. Another solution I was envisioning actually could be like there could be the in-house section where you do the stuff that's reliable, you want to you don't want to test stuff that you know works. And another one where people are encouraged to test things out. Maybe
See,
tweak one part or two of a composition to see if it works. Because then maybe if they know that this is going to be a match where people might be testing things, it's not going to get other people tilted, you know?
I see. But it's about the numbers since like if the first system doesn't get 10 plays to begin with, the second one won't even find 10 plays at all.
Yeah, yeah.
If it happens, I'll add two queues to the server, one for the casual, no MMR system, no matching, for the MMR system and ranking.
Yeah. But that's only really if people care enough about the MMR, which me personally, I would not. I just want to do matches with people who are a little bit more serious about the game and to do it in voice chat, you know? I think this makes me think of the queuing system in the casual section of the game. Because when you go in the casual section and you want to play casuals, you have to choose the map first. And I think that's a problem because you're queuing up for a specific map. Many times I just want to get in a match. I don't care which map. There should be a function where you can choose the maps that you queue up for. And maybe you can do a similar system where you have an option where you automatically queue up for both queues because you're willing to do a match with MMR or not. And then you automatically get put into that match when one of them fills up. You know what I mean?
I see.
I'm not sure how that would be implemented if it could, but that could be a way of funneling your players through the queue. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can. We can also try to like put a player in the bot queues if they find you in the casual. They can also play, just remove themselves from the ranked casual. I mean ranked. If not, you can just remove the players by hand from
Yeah,
the
but
ranked queue when they are in the other queue.
doing things by hand, that can take lots of time. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to automate it. Like when 10 players, if you're going into both queues and a casual match is found, it automatically removes you from the ranked queue.
I'll do my research on that. Like maybe.
Interesting. If you can implement that, that would be amazing.
Yeah, I'll give it a try.
Cool, man. Well, I'm definitely looking to get more involved with your community, your in houses, and all that kind of stuff. But for the next few months ish, I don't know if I'll be able to find too much time. I only play Unite maybe maximum 1 hour per day, 2 hours if I have time. And this is in
That's a
between.
lot. That's a lot.
That's a lot. What?
I literally play for 15 minutes only per day.
Oh my god, dude. What is this?
I literally hate ranked.
Oh, I see.
I play one game and I get trolled.
I see. I see. No, to be honest, when I start playing my first match or my first two matches are just warm up. After that, I get into it. So I have to play for at least 1 hour in order to get into the flow, you know?
I see.
And you
I only
just,
play for in-houses or scrims, exactly like that. Not in the
yeah.
game.
Yeah, honestly, the only reason I still play ranked is because I want to get that little legendary frame so I can flex on these
Yeah.
Timmies and flex on them and tell them that I did it by using my inting Mewtwo Y build so I can flex even harder. You know how many times I've gotten into the top rank using one of these unorthodox builds? I did it with XP Share Mewtwo X. I did it with XP Share Charizard. I did it with um I did it with the Bruiser Blaziken build that I mentioned before. Like I just like to give myself an extra challenge. Anyway, we're getting close to the end of the podcast, and what I usually like to ask at the end is a few questions. Um, but one of the last ones I have is think of someone that is like maybe in your network. Who do you think would be good to appear on the podcast? Someone that would want to appear on the podcast, someone that you think would be interesting. Who would you shout out? If you could shout out one person, who would that be?
I mean, I think it will be Lucy, I think.
Lucy? Okay. Why Lucy?
Uh, because they're a great person and they're so chill.
All right, I'm gonna reach out to Lucy.
Also, I would say Biter, but you already did a podcast with them in episode 4.
Yes, and I'm not on the best of terms with Biter at the moment,
See?
because Biter is involved with the competitive community, and he's on that camp of Mewtwo Y bad.
Yeah, I see. I mean,
So
I don't want
yeah,
to say anything, but they are kind of right.
I see what
Competency,
you
not in
mean.
glitter.
I agree. I don't know how bad it is, and that's what I want to learn. How bad, if it is it? You know, and I just never got to that stage. Um, but yeah.
I mean, can help you with that. I think if a friend of mine asked me if I can play for them, and I asked if you can play with us to test out your build in a scream, and
When
that will be your shot.
yes, I will take you up on that offer. We just need to coordinate when, and I'll be there.
I'll see if that's doable,
Nice, man.
because team manager, not me.
So let me just also say, the best synergy that I've found is with Mew. So Mewtwo Y and Mew in the same lane. As weird as it
That's so
sounds,
good.
I know.
That's so good. It's son and mom combo.
Yeah, it is. And it's interesting because like if you just play like how the character should be played, they just synergize go so well. I have a theory that because of the Pokemon lore, you know, like the story behind these Pokemon and like the origin of them, they decided to synergize their mechanics in this way intentionally for that reason. Could you say like do you think that could be true?
I don't think so, because Mew and Garchomp is also good. It's because like Mew's coaching gives Mewtwo so much attack speed. It synergizes with so well, and with Mew's boost and skills, it does so much damage, and Mewtwo can just finish them off.
Yeah, yeah. But it's not just that. It's not. It's also the positioning. Like the thing with Mewtwo Y is that you're gonna have to stay at a specific range, and if Mew goes in with like I don't know Surf, then it can just coaching back onto you, and you're gonna be in a safe position for Mew to coach on you. You know. Whereas with
I don't
Garchomp,
think,
Garchomp is gonna be in there. So if Mew coaches on Garchomp, it's gonna be in the fight.
but lane surfing is not so optional. Like, no, not optional, but not so effective since Electro Ball's DPS is much better, even if with lightning rays, because Electro Ball and coaching work so well since they decrease their cooldown reduction, cooldowns, and give the other lane partner attack speed.
Yep.
So he is definitely one of like my top 5 support picks.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree. I've been playing with a lot of Mew players in this build, and I've noticed that it could work with the support early game, but mid to late game, the Mew should be doing damage. So it should also have a like a damaging build and damage items, because that poke from the solar beam is just too strong.
Just a poke, but I would say maybe red glasses, spoon, and shell bell for the cooldown reduction more
Yeah,
work.
I think Mew has several options when it comes to this, as long as it's doing damage. That's it.
Doesn't matter if it does damage. Some great players actually play it with drive lance. Means
Mm.
they are confident they're gonna get many kills.
Yeah, you gotta be confident. I mean, I
Yeah.
play my Mewtwo with Drive Lens, so. But there's some logic behind that. Mewtwo's ult hits every enemy, so if you see a team fight, you're gonna get from some stacks.
Ult them and get 5 stacks.
Yeah,
Your team wipes them.
if they wipe, of course, or if you can secure a knockout. But you know, I've been playing this for a while, and I get a lot of assists. A lot of assists. Some Most of my games I get like 10 plus. So, yeah, it gets.
It's literally gives you so much assist with the after the gouge and with Unite.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you can ramp up your Mewtwo dryness so quick.
Exactly. There's a lot of nuance to the strategy. I should make a guide, you know, like how I was talking about the Inting Scion guide. There's a video called the Inting Scion guide. So I should make a Inting Mewtwo guide, just so that people can
Yeah.
understand every single thing about this Inting build. I'm going to go into the tournaments, I'm going to use it in the tournaments, and I'm going to trash all the top ranked players with my Inting.
Hopefully it happens, man.
No, but to be fair, in that league video I mentioned with Inting Scion, they only talked about how this guy used it in ranked. So maybe this only works in ranked, but I'm open to being proven wrong about it not working in comp. But I want to test it. Anyway,
I mean, if you want to see if it works on comp or not, you should play against a mid-tier and high-tier team.
yeah, definitely. The thing is, it's also I have to make sure that the team is on board with the strategy, because if not everyone is on board, it's not gonna go well, and it doesn't matter. So
Yeah.
that's the first step. Anyway, so we're getting near the end of the podcast, and the last thing I want to ask is if you have any questions. What are some questions that maybe you've been meaning to ask, or do you have in mind, if you have any?
I think my question is, when do you think United's community will become one solid community instead of many?
Are you asking why hasn't it become a solid community?
Yeah.
I
It's a community that's separated between pros and less pros, let's say.
Well, to be honest, I think this is a thing in many competitive games, because there are certain things that just work and some things that just don't work, certain strategies, and the competitive players have a specific perspective on this type of stuff. I think it's present in all games. You know, you have like the pro competitive community and then the not pro communities. I don't think they should mix, but I think there should be a way for, let's say, casuals to step up into the pro into the pro community, and vice versa.
That should be a bridge.
Yeah, there should be a bridge, exactly. But there should also, this bridge should go both ways. And I think the competitive players should dip their toes in the water with the casual community every once in a while. Like, just to see how it is. Maybe not the bottom tier of the casual community, but like, you know, the upper tier of the casual community, you know? Because I think it helps give a lot of perspective for both the pro player and the casual player to see how things are different. But I think the main like separation when it comes to community and unite is like geography and language. It's a global game, so you have people that speak different languages and different and play who play in different regions. So you have like the Asia slash Japan community, who is its own thing. Then you have like
Yeah.
North America, you have South America, you have Europe. You know, I think that's just normal. That's just how it is to play a global game. But I think there should be more. It should be more accessible to more countries because it was removed from the Netherlands, for example, because of the gotcha
Yeah,
system it has,
gambling.
which is stupid. I think it's the stupidest thing
I mean,
ever.
added gambling to the games, so it does make it peak now.
Yeah, I mean, I so to be clear, it's not stupid that it was removed from the Netherlands. It's stupid that it had to be removed because they have a gambling mechanics in the game, and they should remove the gambling mechanics so that it can be available in the Netherlands again. And they should expand this game to allow players from more countries because in the competitive scene, because there are some countries that have some players that would probably want to play ranked and competitive as well, but they can't because they don't have residency in those countries. So if you're from Bulgaria, if you're from Romania or Netherlands, you have to get residency in another country just to compete in a competitive tournament. Like,
Also, there's few countries that banned in the competitive because of their political issue, issues. See,
which countries are
and it
those?
affected players like mostly Turkey and maybe Russia, if I remember correctly.
Wait, so competitive Unite is banned in Turkey?
Yeah, because of PayPal issues.
Wow.
Yeah, I think many things is banned here.
What about competitive league? Is that banned in Turkey?
No, it's not, but
So
it's getting there.
it's getting there, but how is league managing and Pokemon Unite is not?
Uh, it's because Turkey has bad reputation for Pokemon to begin with.
I see. Well, it being Pokemon, I think is gonna carry it through these hard times because
Hopefully,
yeah, I hope so too. But to be fair, I think they're also able to make more controversial decisions with the game because they have faith in the IP that people are going to continue playing it because it's Pokemon and maybe because it's a MOBA.
yeah.
To be honest, I play it more because it's a MOBA rather than it being Pokemon because before this I was playing Wild Rift. No, no. I was playing Wild Rift and before that I was playing Arena of Valor.
Hmm.
But I actually thought Arena of Valor was better than League because it had one less ability.
Yeah, I wasn't into MOBA that much since I was playing Pokemon Go, Minecraft, and CS type of games.
Yeah, I grew up playing MOBA
Cannot be
games.
good like this.
I played MOBA games when it was Dota 1 from Warcraft Frozen Throne. Yes, you can call me an unk.
Deserted Institute.
Yes, I'm one of those unks that played OG MOBA games. All right, Venti. Well, that's pretty much it for today's podcast. Thanks again for coming on an episode. I appreciate it. I think we had a very fun conversation.
Thank you for the podcast also. I had very fun.
Nice. I'm glad. That's it.